Hello, beautifuls. I want to start today reading an excerpt from a Russian novelist called Fyodor Dostoevsky. I hope I pronounced that right. And it's going to lead us into our discussion about intimacy. So here goes. It says, "Love all God's creation, the whole and every grain of sand in it. Love every leaf, every ray of God's life. Love the animals, love the plants, love everything. If you love everything, you will perceive the divine mystery in things. Once you perceive it, you will begin to understand it better every day. And you will come at last to love the whole world with an all-embracing love. Things flow and are indirectly linked together. And if you push here, something will move at the other end of the world." I thought that was so appropriate for the discussion of intimacy, because for the vast majority of people, intimacy is an act. It's a doing. And we don't ever say we are doing intimate. We are doing intimacy. We are saying we are being intimate. It is a state of being. And it is a state where we can open up and give the entirety of ourself in a shared experience, as well as receive the entirety of someone else. Now, in this place of intimacy, it's a scary place for most of us, because it means actually opening up to the places that we've actually kept hidden, and not only seeing them within ourselves, but sharing them with others. And so, as you can imagine, the first step to intimacy is having, sorry, their mosquitoes are so bad, is having a relationship with self. And that self-discovery, that self-discovery, that delving into self-inquiry, that into those deep places, that is part of creating intimacy. But it's not only seeing those places, it's holding them with tenderness and compassion. And so my question would be is, how often are you tender? What is your experience with tenderness? For the vast majority of us, we have a very limited experience with tenderness, and even more so with ourselves. And yet we can't give to another what we don't have. And in this place where we are creating intimacy with ourselves, we have to be really honest and go beyond the parts of us that are our personality, our thoughts, our behaviors, and go to that inner dwelling, right? And to be vulnerable to share it with somebody else. And when we look at the Latin root of the word intimate, the first part of that is intimus, which means central, interior, the inside. And the other part of that word is intimor, meaning into fear, right? So we're going into the deepest aspects of us. We're embracing that fear of acknowledging who we really are and sharing it with another. Also knowing at the same time that we risk rejection. And that is why that inner tenderness, that inner support, that inner understanding, that inner compassion is the most important aspect to intimacy, because if we don't have that in ourselves, we will hold back for fear of rejection. And when we have that intimate relationship with ourselves, we still might be rejected, and we still will experience pain, but not in the same way. We will be able to support and hold and comfort ourselves. And the thing is what people don't necessarily consider when they think about their relationship with God, the universe, creation, is that it needs to be intimate. That it is an intimate cycle. You know, so many people consider God, the universe, creator, whatever term feels good for you, as this mental concept, right? They think of it as a man, a long white beard, sitting up in the heavens somewhere watching us. And really, God is so much more than we can even perceive. And the biggest mystery of it is that God is relationship. Universe, creation is relationship. Relationship with everyone and everything. And when we think about creating an intimacy with ourselves, knowing ourselves so well and accepting it unconditionally, receiving and giving all aspects of us, ooh, that's what the universe is longing for. Because even though we are an individual, we are an individual piece in the whole. And the whole desires to know itself intimately. And the more that these individual pieces can come to an intimate relationship, an intimate understanding of self and the whole, that's when life becomes its richest, its most fulfilling experience. I cannot talk about intimacy without bringing up the subject of sexuality, right? Because we so often think, oh, to be intimate means to be sexual. And healthy sexuality and healthy celibacy call for a deep and intimate understanding of ourselves, a depth of intimacy with another, with the universe, right? And it's a container that can hold that intimacy. But unhealthy sexuality and celibacy can be the most effective form of avoiding intimacy. I like to keep these videos short, so I'm going to stop there. But I would encourage any comments or questions either to my email or right here below. I appreciate each and every one of you, and thank you so much for listening to this perspective today. And until we speak again, please be well.